We're back here talking about the hollow position, talking about reducing the extensor compression strategy. Again, we got Jenny Border with us, here to help out. So the last video we went over the hollow position, and we talked about how most people overuse their back muscles and their hip flexors to hold that position. It's not easy to do. You know, you watch Olympic gymnasts do it and you think that you could probably do it, but I certainly can't do it. So we brought our level 10 gymnast to help us out. Now, we're going to show 2 exercises, or really 3, that are going to help you guys practice this in a controlled setting where there's not a lot of load, there's not a lot of speed, and not a lot of fatigue, so you can actually work on the skill. Because the reality is, if you can't do it in this position, doing it in a CrossFit workout or a Metcon is going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible, and you may actually start training a bad pattern and hurting yourself in the long run. So the first drill is you're going to get in a quadruped position where your knees are underneath your hips and your hands are underneath the shoulders. Pretty simple. Now in this position we've got very little load on the spine, and we can have the athlete, we can have Jenny practice breathing and pushing into the abdominal wall and then pulling the ribs down. So now we've got her spine locked in a neutral position, maybe even a little bit flexed over, but she's locked in this position with intra-abdominal pressure, and there's zero extension to her lumbar spine. So in this position, she cannot overuse her erectors, which is what we see a lot of times in people trying to hold that pike position. So just holding this position and practicing breathing in and out of this position is sufficient to learn the skill of holding a hollow position. Okay? Now, if we want to make this a little bit more difficult, we essentially can have her reset again, so breathe into the abdomen, pull the ribs down, she's locked in place, and now we're just going to have her lift her knees up, so now there's more force going through the system here, and it's harder for her to hold. Now what she's going to do, she's just going to hold for 15 seconds, 20 seconds, practicing activating the abdominal wall, keeping the ribs down, and breathing out to the sides to make sure that we're using the obliques and not just the rectus abdominis. So we can have her drop back down. And again, if we want to make it just a little bit harder, we can have her feet go out into like a 3/4 push-up position. And the reason it's a 3/4, not a full push-up position, is most people don't have the hip extension range of motion to actually hold the push-up position without arching their lumbar spine. What happens is the hip flexors tighten up, and as you extend your leg, it pulls your lumbar spine into extension, turning the erectors on. So we're just going to do it from a 3/4 position here. She's going to reset again, breathe and brace, pull the ribs down, and then she's going to lift her knees up. She's just going to hold this position, this extended bear position, like we call it, and she's just going to breathe in and out of her abdomen right here. So this actually is not the easiest exercise. Go ahead and relax here. You CrossFit coaches out there, you can actually use this after working out, or if someone's working on a hollow position, these can be drills that you guys can use so that they can actually do it in a Metcon. So hopefully those are going to help you guys out, learn that hollow position so that you can do it in the Metcons, do it in the workouts. I want to thank Jenny Border for hanging out.
Thanks.